The seating charts are in. Okay, Bravo has just released the seating charts for the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, and it's not what I thought it was gonna be at all, at all. Girl, first of all, Portia has first chair. Okay, Portia and Shamia got first chair. Brit Edie's not there. Like, what else? Like, you're giving us bottom of the barrel. You're giving us the rest of the cereal that's at the bottom of the fucking bag. Like, what is this going on, Bravo? Okay, so let's get right into it. So let's get into the what everybody's talking about. Brit is not, she didn't show up for the reunion. Okay, Brit didn't show up for the reunion. Whether it's the fact that she couldn't afford a gown, or 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 what, or she got scared. I'm thinking she got scared. She didn't want to face the heat. That's why she not even bowed out. She just completely ran from the reunion. Brit's not coming back. I could put money on it. Brit's not coming back at all. And I am happy for that. But at the same time, bitch, you could have at least, like, sat there and took the heat for a little bit. Get what I'm saying? Because everybody got to take the heat for something this season. Get what I'm saying? So yeah. Get some water, child. Because when I first seen the chart, I was like, is this a joke? Is this a joke? Because I seen everybody and I kept counting. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't see Brit. And then I kept looking over. I'm like, is that Brit? No, it's Angela. Is that Brit? No, it's Kelly. No, like, where's Brit? Where's Brit? So I was like, okay, anybody notice this? And people did notice, okay? She came out and she was like, yeah, I'm not going to be on the reunion this season. And I'm not going to I didn't show up to the reunion. I didn't want to go through basically she didn't want to face the fucking music. That's what happened. Okay. And then at the end she was like, basically, oh, and regarding those pictures that Kenya showed at the Kenya Moore salon opening, yeah, that wasn't me. Toodles. Girl. Brit what? Okay, so the Brit Edie of it all. I feel like Brit, it had to have like some kind of, for her to even be on the show, she had to have some kind of connection within Bravo, NBC Universal, casting, something, because for her to be on the show, it just feels like she didn't belong. Like, she didn't belong. I don't know who approved her, but she must know somebody behind the scenes. She must have blown somebody behind the scenes. Like, I don't know. Baby, like, girl, she stuck out like a sore thumb. She stuck out more than Kim Fields. At least Kim could help. She held her own as much as she could. Brit, no, okay? She didn't want to explain. She ran from the heat. She didn't want to explain what was going on in her life, like what she did on the show. She didn't want to explain the insurance. She didn't want to explain why her house looks like an Airbnb. She didn't want to explain why her bare naked event was like that. Like, she didn't want to explain none of it. Okay, Brit cannot take the heat. Okay, as you seen from the show. Okay, every single time she got into a verbal match with the ladies. Okay, and can we even call it a match? Every time she got into like an argument with the ladies, they were reading her down, and all she could resort to was some type of violence or something. Get what I'm saying? Like, she's that type of person. Like, she doesn't have the ability to read back. Get what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't. With Kenya, okay? Kenya wasn't even coming at her hard. She called her a peasant, okay? And she resorted to violence, okay? When Angela told her she had miles on her mouth, the girl got up, ready to do whatever. I like, she got up on some swinging. Like, I thought she was gonna, like, get what I'm saying? So she got up out her chair like she's gonna do something. So the girl, she don't have the ability to read back, okay? She don't. She can't take the heat, baby. Okay? Like, Brit, girl. Anyways, aside from Brit, so I feel like she played in, well, she ain't playing our face, but more so she played in Bravo's face, because y'all the one that allowed her to stay after the, threatening Kenya. Y'all the one that allowed her to stay. And even after allowing her to stay, she didn't even have the courtesy to show up for the reunion. Okay? And as much as, people aren't a fan of Brit, people were going to tune in to see Brit get, what was coming to her. And now that she's not coming, baby, them views are going to be even lower. Okay? Because what are you guys going to talk about? Okay? Let's get into the seating chart. Because really, what are we going to talk about? So, Bravo is low-key telling us that this reunion is not worth watching in so many words and ways. First of all, they, you know how like the Andy asks questions from people at home during the reunion? Baby, they started asking for questions on Twitter in the middle of the season. Like, okay, how? Like, so are y'all going, like, that's how I knew, okay? They started asking for questions in the middle of the season. They were basically like, yeah, this is basically all we got. So, ask away. Bitch, what the fuck can we work with, I guess? What are we going to ask? Okay? Why Kelly has her dog going through all that? What is there to ask? Because let's get into it. Okay, so Portia and Shamia got first chair. I guess first chair just doesn't mean shit no more, because if you really think about it, Portia and Shamia ain't really had shit going on this season. In my eyes, they didn't have shit going on this season. The way I see it, I feel like Drew and Angela should have had first chair. Everything else, y'all could have argued for it, okay? Because, what the fuck? Like, what? Portia. Let's start with Portia, okay? What is she going to talk about, and what is she allowed to talk about? That's the bullshit that, like, that's the shit I don't like about Portia. Because, like, girl, you know why the fuck we wanted to see you on this show. You know we wanted to hear about your divorce. You know we wanted to hear about how you and Simon got together. You know we wanted to hear about you taking that lady's man. And you refuse to talk about any of it. And if you're not refusing, you're going to say you're not allowed to talk about any of it. Okay, so what the fuck? Like, what else are you here for? To shake your ass? Like, I don't understand, Portia. Like, hello? Like, girl, we can't ask questions about the divorce. We can't ask why you took the lady husband. What has she done to get first chair? Except, beef with Drew. Have a one-sided beef with Drew. Because really, it's one-sided, bitch. Like, what the fuck did Drew do to you? I'd rather see Dennis on the chair than you, Portia. Because what did you give us this season? You haven't given us, like, you ain't had no house. The season went by. Okay? Granted, the season's not done yet. But, like, it's pretty much over. And you ain't had no house. You ain't got no house. You haven't filmed in the house. What is it? You barely advertise your businesses, your Go Naked hair. You barely advertise your bed sheets. Like, what do you have going on, Portia? What do you have going on that you can talk about? Hello? Other than Drew, what else do you have going on? And other than that bullshit, that fake ass storyline with Shamia, what else do you have to talk about? I'll wait. Moving on to Shamia. Okay. What does she have to talk about either? Now, granted, she has more to talk about than Portia, but it's probably like this much. Like, by this much, okay? IVF, being a lapdog. After that, what are we going to talk about? Okay, that's the first 5 minutes of the episode. First 5 minutes of the reunion. What are we talking about, Shamia? Because after we talk about your battles with IVF that, you know, you went through early in the season, we're going to talk about you fighting Portia's battles. That's it. I already see how this reunion is going to go. Moving on, okay, to the rest of the couch. Phaedra is sitting next to Portia. Okay, so one side is going to be Portia, Phaedra, Cynthia. Phaedra sitting next to Portia. She just came back onto the fucking season. And the season's basically over. So yeah. Can we ask you about Apollo? Like, who are you dating, Phaedra? Phaedra never delved into her real life. Like, and you ask her questions about her real life, she don't want to hear. She's not trying to answer. She's gonna sit there, make a weird ass face, and then, you know, throw shade. That's one thing I will give Phaedra. She will throw shade at the ladies. Girl, she's great at it. She's great at it. I will say that. Other than that, what are we going to talk about, Phaedra? Is she going to be on the couch the whole night? The whole reunion? For what? For what? Anyways, moving on. Okay, only way I'll say, only way I'll be interested in Phaedra being there is if we could talk about what she did back on her last season on the show. Get what I'm saying? The Candy Todd Portia gate, Dungeon gate. If we could talk about that, and if we could ask her, bitch, why'd you lie about that? What would you say to Candy if she was right here right now? Have you talked to Candy? If we could talk about that, then maybe I'll entertain Phaedra being on the chair. Okay. Next we got Cynthia. Baby, Cynthia showed up for a check this season. Okay, Cynthia was out the drama. Cynthia was, you know, friend of the show, and she's doing great. Now, regarding friends of the show, I will say Marlo Hampton, that's the best friend of the show. I didn't watch the season that Marlo got her peach. I will go back and watch that season some point. But as a friend of the show, Marlo Hampton, she was the best one. She was the best one, baby. I miss Marlo. But let's bring it back to Cynthia, child. Girl, she showed up for a check this season. Every scene that she's in, she shows up for a little bit and then she leaves. Like, not scene. Every event she's in. So she'll go to an event, show her face, and then leave. Okay? I feel like in her contract, it's written down like, hey, you got to spend at least 15 minutes at this event or something, and then you could leave. Like, because, baby, she left at Brit's event. What else did she leave at? I can't remember. But, like, I feel like Cynthia, she's like, I ain't doing nothing, so let's go. That's the main reason why she's on the show. Okay, I love that for her. Get your check, Cynthia. Get your check. And you look damn good doing it. You know, easy money. I love that for her. Now, Angela. Okay, Angela is going to be, I think, next to Shamia. If I'm remembering this chart right. She's going to be next to Shamia. I think. Did I get that right? Either way, Angela should have had the first chair right next to Andy. Okay? Angela gave the girls a run for their money this season. And if there is a next season, because I don't know if this show is going to be, here for a next season, honestly. But if there is a next season, Angela, you already, go ahead and sign that contract, girl. Sign that contract and give her a nasty bonus because she deserves it, okay? Angela is not done. She still got shit to talk about. We still need to talk about, okay, like her family dynamics. Why is it so odd? Every time a member of her family pops up on this show, and really it's only been her mama and her sister, not her sister. She can't even talk about her sister. Every time they bring up her sister's name, they bleep it out. But every time one of her family members shows up, whether it be her mom or her sister, and rest in peace to her mom because her mom just passed, I the scene finishes and I leave being more confused than anything. You know, I feel like we got to delve deep a little bit more into that. But Angela was so busy with the girls this season and her houses and, you know, Charles and whatnot, that like we didn't really delve into that. But even then, we got a good season out of Angela. Okay, Angela gave us a good season. I'll say that. Okay. Kelly's next to Angela. Okay, I'll give Kelly, for her first season, she did good. She did decent. She threw events. She threw about 3+ events. Everybody ate at those events. Everybody had a place to sit down at those events. Okay. Okay. After that, we delved into her divorce. Okay, she was open about her divorce. She was open to talk about it. All right. She gave us a glimpse into her personal life with her kids and how she is as a mom. Even to the dog. Okay, Cha-Cha, we love you. Blink twice if you need help. I love you, Cha. I'm just kidding. Kelly loves that dog down, okay? Get back off of Cha-Cha, y'all. All right. So Kelly, she did pretty good. So I'd say where she's at is okay. Drew's at the end, and that's disrespectful. That's so disrespectful because Drew gave you all she got this season. She's going through a divorce. Her husband lives in the basement. She got to leave the house every 2 Fridays. Okay. What else? She's making music. She's promoting it on the show. Well, not promoting it, but, you know, like she's making it known. You know, she's making music, you know. And I feel like because of that, because she promoted her music on the show, that's why, was there an album? Did she release an album or EP? I don't know what the difference is, honestly. But anyways, because she promoted it on the show, that's why it did as good as it did. Get what I'm saying? Did Shamia release the album? If she did, I'm sorry. I didn't hear about it. I didn't hear anybody else talking about it. Sorry. And sorry to that girl. But anyways, Drew was busy promoting her album and her music on the show and showing us the behind the scenes of it. Get what I'm saying? On top of that, being a mom, living upstairs above her ex-husband, going through a divorce, showing us how her ex-husband wants, you know, a good portion of her business. Like, it's Drew gave us Real Housewives-ness, okay? This is real Housewives. Drew did not shy away from, you know, showing us anything, being real, being open, being honest. You know, Drew does lie, but, you know, this season I'll give her a pass. Like, girl, she bought it this season, especially last episode where she gave it to the girls. Okay, yes ma'am. So pretty much, and it, without Drew, mind you, let me bring this back. Without Drew, everybody else wouldn't have shit to talk about. And by everybody else, I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm really more so talking about Portia and Shamia. The two that they have next to Andy, the first seats, those two wouldn't have shit to talk about if it wasn't for Drew Sidora. And Drew is sitting all the way at the end. But it's okay. What is for you is for you. Okay? That's how I see it, Drew. Okay? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So that's all I got for this Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion seating chart. I don't know if the reunion's going to be worth watching. Yes, I will watch it, but is it worth watching? I can already tell you no. No. What are they going to talk about? And honestly, I bet not see this go past 2 parts. If we're really being honest, an hour and 30 minutes, yeah, y'all could wrap it up. Go ahead, wrap it up after an hour and 30 minutes, because Kenya's not there. Brit's not there. The girls can't hold Brit accountable. We can't, girl. At least if Brit wasn't showing up, I feel like y'all could have called Kenya and she would have been down there real fast. Child. I don't know. And then I heard they're not filming it in Atlanta. No, they're filming it in Atlanta. I heard. I always thought they filmed it in New York. Is that a recession indicator? Y'all not paying to fly the girls out to New York? Like, girl, wrap up Real Housewives of Atlanta. Wrap up Real Housewives of Atlanta. Or if you guys aren't going to wrap up Real Housewives of Atlanta, if you're going to pursue a season 17, I suggest you put Real Housewives on there who are going to be real, who are going to talk about things going on in their lives, who, you know, don't have no gag orders, no nothing against them that prevents them from talking about their real life. Like, girl, no. Next season, girl, I don't think I want to see Portia if she's bringing the same shit that she brought this season. I don't think I want to see Portia. Shamia can go, her corny ass. Who else? Brit's already, yeah, she ain't coming back. So that's 3 gone. Who else? Cynthia, she could stay in front of the show. I don't mind her. Angela, absolutely bring her back with a raise. Kelly, yeah, she could come back. Let me see. Who else? Drew. Hell yeah, bring Drew back. And they're saying that they plan on canning Drew. Like, they plan on kicking her to the curb. I say hell the fuck no. Not the way she held down this season. I'm sorry. Phaedra? Yeah, no. No, and I used to like Phaedra. But now I'm seeing why people don't like her. Yeah, no. That was it. That's all I got for this Real Housewives of Atlanta seating chart. Let me know what y'all think about it down below, and we could talk about it. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all another time.